How about those gritty Detroit Lions? What up, though? Welcome back to Lions Nation Unite. I am Eazy. Smash the like button, be a friend, tell a friend, and share this video. In today's video, we are reacting to the Detroit Lions Thursday night football victory over the Dallas Cowboys. And man, how special was it to be in a position where you're kind of questioning the team all week? And some of you guys say, I didn't question the team. I didn't question. No, we all questioned this team all week because we did not know what was going to happen Thursday night. Personally, if you're one of those, I know some people just don't root in logic and it's all hope. Because I found myself there this week too. Matchup wise, on paper, it didn't look good for the Detroit Lions. You had a defense that's been on a decline the previous 2 weeks heading into this game, getting, I don't want to say slaughtered because you won one of those games, right? But I mean, just getting abused by Jordan Love and Jameis Winston, right? You had a interior offensive line, specifically the interior offensive line, that just couldn't hold a pressure away from your quarterback, who also can't avoid pressure. And it's just, so you had the matchup on paper where they had Quinnen Williams, Kenny Clark, and the ability to blitz in the middle, just as we saw the Vikings do, just as we saw Green Bay do every once in a while too. And then you also had, again, versus JG, then you also had the DBs that were just getting slaughtered by guys like Wandell Robinson and Dontavian Wicks. Going up into this game against CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. Hope isn't a strategy, but gosh dang it, it worked for Detroit Lions fans. This team, man, I guess the one thing you say away from the matchup is I feel like we've handled the Cowboys now for 3 years, at least been able to handle the Cowboys. So I would go back 3 years ago when we got screwed by the officiating, by the referee. Shout out Brad Allen. Just kidding. Don't shout out Brad Allen. But you guys know what I'm talking about. It was the Dan Skipper, Taylor Decker, I'm eligible. Whatever that situation was. I can't even. I just got mad thinking about it again because there are Dallas fans crying about officiating last night. We'll maybe get in that too. I gotta make this video kind of quick here, but I thought we won that game. We would have won that game had Brad Allen not kind of screwed over the Detroit Lions. Obviously, last year we put up like 50 points on them, like 49-7 in Jerry World on Jerry Jones' birthday. So it's like it felt like this team had a good grasp on how to defeat this Cowboys team. And you can say, well, Cowboys have a new coach. Well, technically, Schottenheimer was their offensive coordinator like the previous 2 years while Mike McCartney was there. So not that much of a difference, right? And then this year, again, going in, those were all the questions. Logically, again, you could be rooted in hope, but it was a lot of hope because matchup wise, on paper, it wasn't looking pretty at all. But the Detroit Lions this week, the coaches, from what I was able to gather, listening to the players speak after the game, the coaches called these players out. They challenged them to step up and be better. And what did they do on Thursday night? Primetime spot, arguably your playoff life and balance. They try not to swear. They won. They won. My voice is gone. I was in attendance. I was there with Crack Man. Had a blast. Shout out to Crack Man for having me out. I want to shout out first and foremost, I guess, for the Detroit Lions. On top of obviously, probably being gritty as a team in itself. Monday coming in hungry, wanting to defeat this Cowboys team. Plus, everybody just loves beating the Cowboys. But I think one of the deciding factors in this game was Amon-Ra St. Brown. Not just the fact that he was readily available for you. Well, actually, no, that is the fact. Obviously, he played the game for you. But I'm talking about just the presence of him, like a leader on this team. Arguably one of the best players on this team. Or not one, arguably the best player of this team. The fact that you got to see him on that bad ankle from a week ago where he couldn't walk on it, stepping up and being ready to play in this game. I mean, I can't imagine the emotional charge that gives those guys in that locker room. It definitely gave me one, not in that weird way. But heading into the stadium, once I saw that Amon-Ra St. Brown was active, man, I was ready to go. I was ready to go, man. I was super excited. I just got that feeling, man. If Amon-Ra's playing, I doubt he's not. with all due respect. He's not Calvin Johnson, right? He's not out there as a decoy. He's not constantly getting double teamed, triple teamed. It wasn't that type of situation. If Amon-Ra St. Brown was playing, I knew he was showing up to play. And gosh dang it, he did 90 plus yards and 6 catches. And how about Dan Campbell? I don't know if it wasn't me, and I don't know how many guys on this channel were doing so. I didn't agree. So I think the offense was there schematically. I just think the execution wasn't, which does rely on Dan Campbell at the end of the day. He is the head coach of the ball club. But all year you've been like, "Where's JMO? Where's JMO? Where's JMO?" Or when JMO would get involved, Amon Ross seemed like this dissipate. I don't know what kind of word I'm looking for there. But no, both guys, 6 and 7 catches, 90 plus yards. Jahmyr Gibbs cashing in on those two. He got 3 touchdowns on 43 yards. But amazing catching the ball last night. I think he had 77 yards, 7 receptions, 7 targets, and a couple broken ankles. Starting from, I want to say it was the second play of the game. It looked like DeMarion Overshone. He juked out. They went on for another 10, 15 yards. And then the other one, too, where he juked my man on the sideline. That was – he literally sent them flying. I wish I could play it on this channel. I'll put it up on the YouTube or on the Twitter, if you will. But, man, I love this team. I really do. I've always loved this team. Even when they're bad. There's a Detroit Lions star on my Christmas tree right now. But I'm in particular just the identity, the toughness, the grittiness of this ball club. And shout out Jared Goff, too. A lot of quick passes. I think 17 of his 24 completions were quick passes. But we know that's how JG operates. That's why we say you need these certain players around him because he's going to get it to them, and they got to do some work after that. But he went above and beyond where there was a play where Jameson Williams ran out, burned this DB. I mean, it was bad. Just for a deep curl last minute because he's so fast. The DB had absolutely no chance. I mean, it's literally like, I think I've talked about this in the show too, but it's just when I watch those plays of JMO burning someone or just like zooming past the defense, it always reminds me of those like movie scenes where like those fast characters, superheroes, are just moving in slow motion and just touching and altering like anything they wanted to. That's what it felt like watching JMO hit that curl route. But yeah, Jameson Williams was really reliable last night. And then again, one more time, Amon-Ra St. Brown, just the emotional adrenaline. I feel like they got the emotional push they got from Amon-Ra St. Brown being available. I think was huge. To get the first catch of the game, and then he also, in a way, outside of Jahmyr Gibbs' touchdown, sealed the deal in that game too, where he converted on that third down on the crosser and took us right in the scoring position. To where if we put up another one, Dallas is not going to have enough time to catch up and get back in this game. Now, you can say Dallas did still put up 30 points on the defense, but we still had 3 takeaways, and that's why that's the stuff that matters to me, right? Your turnovers and takeaways, points per game on an average, whatever, I don't care. But takeaways and turnovers will win you football games. We unfortunately learned about that against the Commanders last year in the playoffs. Turnovers help you. They take points off the board for the other team and give your team another opportunity to do so and score. And we did that. 3 turnovers. 2 of them went for a touchdown and the other one for a kneel. And I don't even believe we had any 4th down conversions tonight either. The Detroit Lions offense was on one. But the defense still allowed 30 points. But I don't know if I'm necessarily disappointed in that because it's a talented football team over there. Offensively, right? It wasn't like a new offensive coordinator came in and that could learn a new system. No, he and Brian Schottenheimer have been together for a long time. He has 2 tremendous wide receivers. I think Turbin's actually pretty good too, or number 19 at least. I thought it was Turbin. And Jake Ferguson's a good tight end. And Javonte Williams has been a very good running back, like it or not. I think arguably maybe the offensive line, you could say, has been shaky for them at times. Although Dak Prescott heading into this game was sacked the 4th fewest times in the National Football League. And then I think we sacked him 5. It's just the opportune situations, man. I'm not going to judge my defenses off of points per game. Sometimes yards per game can make it hurt a little bit. I mean, obviously points per game make it hurt a little bit too. But again, like the things that win you games are turnovers and getting to that quarterback. And last night, Muhammad, AQM, Al-Quadin Muhammad had 3 sacks after being questioned all week. But even he, when he got the game ball, said, shout out to my coaches for challenging me. And that's how you respond. It's just, I don't know, man. I'm just rambling. I'm half awake. My voice is gone. I just want to get on here, give you guys my reaction. Detroit Lions win. We're still alive for the playoffs, and that's all that matters. Very, very tough matchup next week against the Los Angeles Rams, obviously, and certainly we'll be breaking that down along with other breaking news for the Detroit Lions here on this channel. But comment down below. Were you impressed with the Detroit Lions victory over the Dallas Cowboys? Do you respect the Detroit Lions victory over the Dallas Cowboys? Or do you look at the Cowboys as not a great team, a team you probably should have beat? Let me know down below. I know I was nervous heading in, but I picked us to win because I know what this team is made out of, and I'm not going to count them out. I'm honestly probably not. I'm not going to count them out in this Rams game either because I know they're especially up against it in that one. But until next time, I got to get going. Smash that like button, be a friend, tell a friend, share the video. Let me know what you thought of last night's victory. Detroit Lions going to the playoffs or what? I think it may come down to Week 18 against the Chicago Bears. What a prime time moment. I mean, maybe there are script writers because Ben Johnson, Dan Campbell, possibly for a spot in the playoffs in that one. Like I said, till next time. See you guys.